it's the Joe Hacks, and today we're back with another OWASP top 10 web vulnerabilities. And today we're going to be doing XSS. So basically, XSS is also known for cross-site scripting, and XSS is a Java code injection security attack which mainly targets web applications, and this basically delivers malicious client-side scripts, so Java's client-side scripts, to a user's web browser of, for execution. So basically, XSS is Java code injection, and we put that in a script, and we're going to be sending that into the user's web browser for execution. So this is really malicious, so we can get like reverse shells from the user, and this happens in Java, and it's mainly targeted Java web frameworks. So let's also dive into some recent bugs or vulnerabilities of XSS. So a couple of months ago, two security researchers, Vansh Devgan and Shivam Kumar Singh, discovered a very severe universal XSS vulnerability in the Microsoft Edge browser. Specifically, this bug typically affected the automatic translation feature of the browser. So this was a really severe bug, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft has already solved this. But if you guys are curious of what this bug is, I will leave a comment. I will leave a link below to the blog I read it on, and so that's basically it. I highly recommend you guys go check that blog out because it's a very this bug is very severe, and XSS is a really big thing in the security place. So we can do a live demo. I'm gonna guys show you a live demo of this XSS. So if you guys want to follow with me, just go to application.security. I will also leave this in the link in the link down below, and just hover over the play demo type of button and just go to OWASP top 10 for web. So just click that, and we see all these top 10 vulnerabilities. So we're going to be clicking on the TikTok cross-site scripting. So we see here, this is basically the background. So social media platforms have become a primary means of electoral campaigns to communicate with citizens. However, in the post-Cambridge Analytica world, the pressure for social media companies to ensure the platforms aren't open to abuse remains a significant challenge. The recent investigation conducted by Checkpoint researchers against TikTok highlights trivially exploitable security issues that could have allowed motivated threat actors to gain an understanding and or manipulate their political adversaries' ad campaigns. To demonstrate the significance of this vulnerability, Contra has developed an interactive tutorial detailing the cross-site scripting flaw reported within TikTok's ad platform, and with exploitation of this issue of hypothetical cyber adversaries. Next, and basically, we're the attacker right now. So Draco Strategies LLC, a political consulting group specialized in data-driven ad campaigns, have recruited Bob, an independent hacker, to conduct undercover research on a leading newspaper online ad strategy. As Bob, go ahead and access your web link below to review the scope and objectives set out by Draco Strategies. So we can just copy this and paste it. Paste in here and enter. and just saying go ahead and click on this change for America 2020. um the email details a meeting between Bob and Draco strategy staff instructing Bob to gather competitive intelligence against a leading news John, journal, Washington Post, and to further analyze their online advertising campaigns on popular social network TikTok. So we can just click here and basically load the URL. So I guess Draco Strategies employees further provide Bob with the email of Washington's Post social media campaign manager Alice and a web link for TikTok's ad platform support web page to assist him in understanding how the platform works and come up with potential attack strategies. So I guess we just click on this and TikTok help portal. Clicking the link loads TikTok's advertising help portal. Bob begins to browse through the site, analyzing the core functionality, business logic, and control flow of the application. So I guess we can just like not click any of these though. Um, he notices a search form field that allows TikTok users to search for articles, documentation, and resources related to TikTok's ad platform. Bob decides to test out the search feature by submitting the following keyword XXX. So we can, I guess, we just enter on that, and we see there's no results. Search result. The search returns no results that match input strings. However, the application echoes back Bob's search term XXX in the response. As a seasoned hacker, Bob knows that rendering user supplied input back into the web app is a common source of cross-site scripting, also known as XSS vulnerabilities. Modify search. To test the search functionality for XSS vulnerabilities, Bob further attempts to modify the original search string with the following query. We can just copy this. As Bob uses search feature to search for the above keyword, he uses keyboard's enter key to submit the search. So basically what this is doing is this is basically a Java code injection, and basically what it's doing is it's going to create an alert on our web browser, and it's going to say hacked. So if we just press space, we see that application security says hacked. Interesting. By submitting a valid JavaScript string inside the search form field, Bob manages to trick the TikTok ads portal to into executing untrusted JavaScript code on his browser. This ability to inject and run untrusted data such as malicious JavaScript code or HTML into victims' browser is known as cross-site scripting XSS attacks. So we see that we get an alert saying hacked, and basically this is how XSS XSS vulnerabilities are found and abused very hardly. So we can just press OK and next. Note that the XSS injection payload in the previous step, alert hacked, can be replaced with more sophisticated JavaScript or HTML expressions. For example, Bob can inject the following JavaScript payload to redirect the user to another website by modifying the document location object. So we can just copy this real quick and just hit next. Oh no, we don't need to copy that. Okay. To exploit the cross-site scripting vulnerability against we can just go back and talk about what this is. So basically what this is doing what this is doing is doing document.location, So basically, this is going to redirect the user to go to this type of this URL instead. So maybe we can like get the user to document.location, and it's going to maybe we put up a malicious website which would do some malicious executing in the background of their device, and basically we could get reversal or some sensitive data. This is why cross-site scripting is a very big vulnerability. So setting up the attack. To exploit the cross-site scripting vulnerability against Alice's account, Bob first creates a fake login web page that resembles a TikTok ads login page. Then he registers the domain www.tiktokads.com, a similar sounding to the real TikTok ads domain. Finally, Bob starts a web server to serve his malicious login page via this, and beings monitored the web server log file by issuing the following two commands. So we can just paste this. The first command starts a web server to host Bob's malicious login web page on this, and the second command allows Bob to monitor the web server logs in real time. Just hit next. Malicious email. Having configured the exploit infrastructure, the previous step, Bob sends a specifically crafted email to Alice. Let's analyze the content of Bob's email by accessing Alice's inbox. Live mail. Alice would usually ignore and delete unsolicited emails from unknown recipients. However, given that the email subject sounds plausible and relevant, Alice proceeds with an opening the message sent by Bob. Malicious email. Using a subject line that reads TikTok launches new features for political ad campaigns, Bob's email urges Alice to check out a new feature within TikTok ads platform. Alice further reviews the URL and confirms that it is a valid linking point to TikTok's portal ads TikTok. We're going to say next. The web link in Bob's email is in fact a search URL for TikTok's ad help portal, modified to submit the following JavaScript code as a search query. So basically, it's going to the TikTok's page, and it's going to search the malicious cross-site scripting attack. Basically, this is going to say instead we're on here, please redirect this user to this URL. And if we remember, this is the malicious Bob's HTTP server, which he fake login page. So we can read about that URL on this. The web link in Bob's email is in fact the search URL for TikTok's ads help portal, modified to submit the following JavaScript code as a search query. Since TikTok ad search feature is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, Alice should check the URL. The above code snippet will run the context of her browser redirecting to Bob's malicious website, TikTok ads. Clicking, so I guess we just click on this, and we see it's redirected us to the malicious login page, asking us for the email address and password. As expected, Bob's URL executes the malicious JavaScript, redirecting Alice to TikTokads.com. Recall that Bob previously had started an Apache web server to host his fake login page and monitor the login file. Let's open the console before we attempt to log in as Alice into Bob's fake login page. So Next, and we see we can just copy the password as this, email as this, and paste this. And if we log in, we get that the username and the password in plain text. So basically, Alice thought this was actually the real TikTok ads page and used her username and password because she thought it was a real one, but it's a fake one. So basically, we've got the credentials for the real TikTok page. So this is what is called a credential theft. Success. Upon submitting her credentials in the fake login page, Alice's username and passwords are now logged on Bob's Apache web server. Having remotely gained access to Alice's TikTok ad account credentials, Bob proceeds logging into TikTok's ad portal by loading the following link. I'll just paste this, enter. Now we're going to just copy the username and password that we got in our log file of Alice, and this is the real. Actually, you see, it's not TikTok /ads. It's ads.tiktok.com. This is a real login page for TikTok ads, and we see we have access. We got access to all of the basically the details and stuff like that. Success. By exploiting the cross-site scripting vulnerability, Bob has successfully managed to compromise Alice's TikTok ads account and gain access to Washington Post's ad data. The compromised account contains a list of all ads that have been placed by Washington Post on TikTok's social network, including keywords, ads, targeting strategies, ad launch schedules, and other sensitive data which Draco Strategies can use for its own target advertised campaign and or gain strategic insights into Washington Post advertising strategies. Next, and this is the vulnerable code. So just to further understand the root cause of the vulnerability, let's take a look at the source code used to generate the search results in TikTok's search filter. To display search filters, the cif tag is first called to test if the search request was successful. Should a search return no results, the following code block is used to render on HTML, which displays the no results for string followed by the original search phrase. In order to render the search string, request.getParameter method is called to extract the search parameter value, which is then directly rendered by the HTML template. However, since no input validation is performed on the search field, the value by the request get parameter may contain HTML tags that are rendered in HTML without any security validation. So basically, this is the full demo, and basically how it happened is because there was no input validation and stuff like that. There was no input validation for the XSS, so it would just not care if it had any HTML tags or JavaScript tags. I would just basically put it on, but because the website is running on JavaScript, it will see this and try to execute it, and when it does execute, it will do a malicious thing or something like that. So that's mostly it. And some mitigation plans for this would be like maybe try to validate and stuff like that, or always be up to date with the with the dependencies you're running, because you might not know that the dependencies you're running right now might have an XSS vulnerability, and you don't know there's an update. So always be like looking for those updates and stuff like that. So um that was it. So hopefully you guys learned why XSS is so important and stuff like that. And I am going to be continuing this OWASP top 10 web vulnerability playlist on. So if you guys do want to know, just like and subscribe, and see you guys later. Peace.